But today, let's make brown sugar whiskey pecan chess pie.
All right, so we're going to say this again because Lynne Tolley is trying to set a record today to see how many great flavors she can put into one dessert. So get this now. We're making brown sugar whiskey pecan chess pie. All right.
Just the name of it sounds good.
It does. All right, so get us going here.
So we're going to start out with a cup and a half of brown sugar, firmly packed brown sugar, and then in all chess pies you put in a little cornmeal. So this is self-rising cornmeal, a tablespoon.
Okay.
I like self-rising because your pie will puff up a little bit.
Oh, okay, great tip.
And about a fourth a cup of salt. So I'm going to mix that. If you will start my wet ingredients.
Okay.
So I have 3 eggs. You beat those together, 3 eggs, and I took a half a stick of butter and melted it, so I'm going to add that.
Now, in this one, we need butter. Can we use...
No, always butter. There is no such thing as margarine in Lynchburg. We use the good stuff. If you're going to the trouble of making the pie, let's put good ingredients in it. That's right. Now, because it's a chess pie and it's so sweet, let's put a little vinegar in it.
Okay.
So this is a tablespoon of vinegar that sort of cuts the sweetness. Let's put a little bit of vanilla. And then Leland, what I make whiskey pie without putting in some good old Jack Daniels. So about a fourth a cup of Jack Daniel. I'm going to save a little bit of it to put in my whipping cream.
Okay, all right.
So stir that together.
So got the good stuff there from Uncle Jack.
That's right. So we've got our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients. If you'll go ahead and just dump that into our sugar and cornmeal and salt. That's great. Now, we have a 350-degree oven. And let me tell you some tips about pie crust. So here's my pie crust already in my pan. If I were to put the batter in here and bake it, it might be soggy on the bottom. So we want to pre-bake our crust about 10 minutes before you put your raw batter in.
And we're going to do that on what temp?
350.
352,
Same thing we're going to cook the pie in. But what I like to do before you pre-bake it is take a piece of foil, put it on top of your raw crust. Now you could put pinto beans or uncooked rice, anything to hold it down.
You have something that I had, and I guess maybe the cooks know about this. I had never heard of this
before. These
are
called pie weights. So it's just a little string of, made out of some kind of metal, and you put this in the oven, and it keeps your crust from bubbling up. Now, we can't prick it, because if we were to prick it, then when you put the raw batter in, it would go under.
Okay, all right.
See, so that's the deal on the pie crust. So anyway.
Are those easy to find?
Oh, yeah, they should be at certainly any cook store, Bed Bath & Beyond, Williams-Sonoma, any of those.
Okay.
So, good. Now, stir this up. Make sure our mixture is good and mixed. Now, sometimes you'll have too much batter. Don't overfill it. That's about right. See, so I've still got probably a few tablespoons left in here. I just don't want it to spill out when I put it in the oven. And I always put it on a pan because
so if it starts to bubble
out. Now, let's top it with our pecans. So I just got some good crumpled pecans, about a half a cup. Again, 350 into our par-baked shell that's still warm, and you'll want to cook it 30 to 40 minutes till it gets firm and doesn't jiggle too much in the center.
Quickly, tell me about the whipped cream here that you're doing.
Whipping cream. So I whipped up some whipped cream, and what we do at Miss Mary Bobo's is we take a little Jack Daniel instead of vanilla. We take a little powdered sugar. So because if you use granulated, it might not dissolve. So we just put a little powdered sugar, a little Jack Daniel, and then we're going to top our pie, our baked pie, with some good old Jack Daniel whipping cream.
And this is recipe number 5202. It's online right now in the Talk of the Town section at newschannel5.com. And go down and see the folks at Miss Mary Bobo's. Good eating going on down your way.
Come on down. Come to Lynchburg if you've got out-of-town visitors.
Thank you very much, as always.